Chat, it looks like not only was 6ix9ine insane, it looked like people, and it's gonna kind of come back to Durk doing that interview with me, and well, not only just the interview with me, he said his demeanor was, "I don't like rats." Let's look that up. Lil Durk rats. He says, "I'm gonna look into the camera. I hate rats."
I hate all rats. If you ever told, you ever tell, I hate you, like with a passion. That made me who I am today. That took away half of my life. Motherfucker telling on my pops. So I was raised by a woman. So I really hate rats with real passion. I hate all rats. If you ever told.
Okay. Now, because of his demeanor, and they do this to everybody who kind of like says that stance, they can't wait for them to get in a real criminal situation that their court documents or their arguments in court could be called ratting. And we just seen 6ix9ine, he called in, he's like, nah, Durk is ratting. I don't think that's ratting. Vonni, here's my disposition. Vonni went in there and he told first. I'm not saying, oh, because he told first you can't tell. If someone took responsibility of the crime and then says, but Durk told me to do it, part of your defense has to be, hey, why are y'all bringing me into the group chat? He took responsibility for it. Just go on with him. I didn't do nothing, and y'all evidence match him, not me. I don't think that's ratting. But the streets is stupid. The streets is stupid. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, the streets been dead. But if people run with that narrative that Durk is telling, why would he tell like this? Why wouldn't he just take a deal? Why would he's fighting the case. Why would he tell like this? Why would he not do what Vonni did, what Jam did, and all these other niggas did? So I know people are trying to they're trying to kill the myth of Durk by saying he told, but why would he tell by taking it to trial? Nigga, you tell in the interrogation room to get a deal. Okay? But whatever, I get it. There's some irrational street rules that says, you say nothing. You tell the police to do their job. Well, the police said they did their job by getting someone to blame you. So you're saying that if 10 people that was around an incident all blame you and you didn't do the incident, you can't even say, okay, obviously you're going to say, I didn't do it, but you can't say, yo, you know why that nigga's, that nigga's saying it because he's charged with murder. He's saying it because he cooperated. Yo, the evidence matched these people, not me. So you can't defend yourself. And that's why the street is stupid, in my opinion. Okay, King Yella has jumped in the group chat, and he's on Durk's bumper, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of guys from Chicago hated the fact that Durk had this Teflon Don street image. What do I mean Teflon Don? Other than them saying he got choked out by Lil Reese, any nigga that done play with Durk ended up clapped, nigga. Anybody who done kill somebody or did something to people with him ended up as a pack. That's a fact. Whether he did it or whether he paid for it, I don't know. But let's keep it real. There's a lot of Chicago niggas that's kind of envious of how the internet looks at Durk, because even with all due respect to even Keith, you can't even mention Durk and Keith in the same. Durk is as close as you get to King Von. King Von's just a killer. But Durk is the closest you get to it. We're having a little bit of being a boss and being that guy allegedly. There's a lot of Chicago guys that want to ruin his legacy and act like he's just one of the other people. Oh no, he's ratting now. If he's ratting now, why he ain't rat before? Why he ain't rat when they first caught him? But again, maybe that's me defending Durk. So it's okay. So let me play King Yella, okay?
Look, I don't want to hear nothing. Durk just blamed everything on Vonni. Vonni is the only one that want to slide for Von. Why? Because that's his best friend. He booked the flights. He did this. He did that. Hey, listen. You dealing with some Chicago slime ball ass niggas. I don't care what y'all talking about. Vonni was never Durk's homie. Guess what? Them niggas all congregated, came together, and said, fuck it. This is the only way we gonna get Durk home. The only way we gonna get home is we blame it on this outside nigga. He's not a member. He never was a member. This was Von, homie, best friend since they was kids or whatever. He brought him around. Never one of them niggas.
Yo, it's interesting that, King Yella, and by the way, King Yella, we're going to have the biggest coverage of this case. You could hop on here too, and me and you could debate about it, okay? We could exchange numbers, get you on Discord if you do all that. We could do that. But King Yella, I do want to point this out. You're claiming that Durk is telling. Ain't you reverse telling? So say Durk is telling, but he lying, right? So he's just saying, oh, blame it on Vonni. Ain't you doing this video to correct the whole picture to say Durk is lying, Vonni wasn't a member, Vonni didn't do it? So you're basically saying, Durk, you know you did it, nigga. Don't blame somebody else. So ain't you telling? This idea of telling, we got to get back to the fundamentals. You're not getting it. This is the feds. We ain't doing this. Ain't no pointing the elbow, dry snitching. If you don't got a 5K1 letter, nigga, you basically doing whatever you can with your attorneys to try to get out of this. You basically would say, hey, maybe the facts fit somebody else. If that's what telling is, basically, y'all should all stop doing crime because there's zero way out. What could Durk's defense be? The guy who rode on the plane with you was claiming you did it. He already took a deal. He already pled guilty. All Durk is saying, all right, well, if the nigga took a deal and pled guilty and is about to testify against me, the guy ain't doing none of that shit. If he said he did it, look at the evidence. The evidence matches that he did it. What the fuck that got to do with me? How is Durk telling? I'm not going for that. I'm not, but that's me personally, and that's why I said King Yella could come on here and we could debate and we could do whatever, and even 6ix9ine, but more King Yella, because there's a Chicago element to this where there's a lot of niggas that, and I'm not speaking about Yella in particular, but there's a lot of niggas in Chicago that Durk was applying heavy dose of belt to ass to, that because y'all couldn't get him because he was this rich, famous, whatever, now y'all could be like, y'all could play on his name. Be like, oh no, he's just kind of telling now. Y'all could, come on. Okay? Come on. Come on. So I am kind of looking at these guys who are fellow people from Chicago. Y'all couldn't say nothing to Durk. When niggas was saying shit to Durk, they ended up dead. Straight up. Rest in peace, FBG Cash. When niggas was over here bucking at him when Durk was out, niggas is getting wiped off the face of the map. Now Durk is obviously caught up in some shit. People are judging his situation and ready to call him a rat because they know he can't do nothing no more. It's over. And when I mean it's over, like, he's in the custody of the federal government. You know what I mean? If the hair on King Yella was ever hurt, not saying that would be the thing, but like, everybody's cooked.
Niggas owned each other loyalty. All them niggas was fake. So guess what the slime ball niggas do? We gonna get Durk home. Fuck it. Let's put it on the weakest link.
You know another reason I don't like, and that's what I'm saying, King Yella, you are invited to come on here. King Yella, you come from the streets. I'm not from the streets. So that's why I want to talk to you, because I want to debate you on your own street politics. Y'all claim that y'all have codes and this and third. Ain't the whole goal of like this street shit be like, yo, let's protect the bag? If 5 niggas in the car and Durk in the car and there's a gun in there, let's say it's Durk gun. Don't it say in the streets the real member's supposed to step up and take for? So why are you mad that let's say what you're saying is actually going on and niggas is trying to protect Durk and niggas is down to blame it on Vonni? Why are you acting like that's not street nigga behavior? You protect the bag. You protect the kingpin. You protect the guy. I'm not saying that's what it is, but if you're claiming that is, what is the streets about? The streets have always said, yo, you protect this, you protect that. Yo, keep lawyer money for that. Like, when I realize about like some of the street shit is that the street niggas mentality come back to civilian mentality when they don't get their way. Right? How could King Yella, a nigga who been in the streets, seemingly be upset that Durk's guys is trying to figure out any way than to blame Durk? Nah, Durk ain't no, nah, it's Vonni. Ain't that the streets, nigga? It's the streets. Durk is the money. Durk is the voice. Durk is the bread. Ain't they supposed to, if they're not supposed to protect Durk, what's the fucking point of the streets?
Put it on the Goofy. The Goofy did that. He did this. They gonna try to say, oh.
I've heard street niggas say the opposite argument. It's not about put it on the Goofy. It's not on some, like, let's bring it back with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine couldn't walk up in there and be like, yo, Ak did everything. You know what they're gonna say? Akademiks wasn't in the car with you and Shotty when Shotty hopped out and shot at niggas in the middle of Times Square, like literally down the block from the bar. None of that. Vonni, yes, he wasn't as involved, but Vonni did choose to get in the car. That's why, as a street dude, you shouldn't be defending Vonni. Because Vonni isn't me. Vonni got in the car. Vonni went and got those gloves. Vonni got the mask. Vonni booked the Airbnb. Vonni orchestrated travel to and from the airport, got them going back to San Diego. Vonni was as involved as anybody else. I don't care if you call him a goofy, a broofer, whatever. That nigga was involved. What are we talking about?
Oh, the lawyer's doing that. If you allow your lawyers to blame something, you is the snitch too. Even if you didn't get on the stand, you will.
See, bro, Chicago, with all due respect, they were jealous of Durk, bro. They're desperate, trying to act like Durk is the snitch. Vonni is not me. Vonni is a co-conspirator. Vonni accepted by the way, y'all use this argument with 6ix9ine, which I kind of actually agree a little bit. Now, granted, 6ix9ine tries to counter with, oh, they fucked my baby mama, but Shotty's a murderer. Like, love Shotty, but Shotty's a shooter. He's a killer, nigga. 6ix9ine agreed and utilized Shotty. Yo, Shotty, let's flock at this nigga. Yo, Chief Keef coming, let's flock at him. At that point, you're not some person getting taken advantage of, even if you didn't grow up in the streets. Now, we could blame niggas for having you in the mix. Like, yes, Shotty deserves blame for having 6ix9ine in the mix, but Durk and everybody else deserves blame for having Vonni in the mix, but it doesn't absolve Vonni or 6ix9ine. Vonni and 6ix9ine are kind of like the same thing, in a sense. Actually, not really, because 6ix9ine was calling the hits. 6ix9ine was saying, yo, Chief Keef, yo, put a 30-pack on that nigga. Send some shit at him. Vonni wasn't doing that. But did Vonni set it up? Yes. Was Vonni the closest to the nigga who had the bread? Yes.
Agreed to let your lawyer say that. As simple as that. I don't want to hear the world saying, oh, Durk not it. Nigga, Durk told them that Durk agreed with this.
You know the funny part about this? Bro, how could Durk tell on Vonni when Vonni already gave full statements and has immunity and told on everything already? So the idea that Vonni has already confessed, now you can't mention his confession because you're telling? That's all, in my opinion, that's what Durk is doing. Vonni confessed. He's pled guilty. He's waiting to snitch to get a 5K one letter. It's not that he's fighting for his life. Vonni already admitted, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. So Durk referencing what he already admitted to have done, how is that telling? The idea of telling is like your man didn't admit it. Your man is over there fighting it. Vonni said, I did it. I did it, y'all. I did it. It's me. It's me.
Shit, nigga. Trial is going on and Durk blaming everything on OTF Vonni. At the end of the day, is he wrong? He ain't wrong. Fuck him. This is what people do. The streets are dead. This shit is over with. It's been over with. It's either your life or my life. And guess who life I'm gonna pick? My life, nigga. So a lot of these niggas be doing all that. You a real nigga, you gonna go down and da-da-da. These niggas not going down. It's a new day, bro. It's not back in the day. These niggas don't have morals, principles. It's your life or my life. And my life come first, so fuck your life. And that's what Durk just did. That's gonna be the only way Durk gonna come from this shit. All them niggas, Ace Boogie, OTF DD, all them niggas done set back to, you don't think they were sending kites to each other? They sending kites to each other. How we gonna come from under this? Ain't no way to come up from under this shit unless we blame it on the goofy. And guess what? They blaming it on the goofy. I told y'all this shit is crazy, but your favorite rapper not as gangster as you think he is. Simple.
This is Lil Tim reacting to Durk getting arrested for murder for hire.
Which probably means he's 2022, which is one day before the murder.
So this is after Lil Pop got killed. He's reacting to Durk getting arrested for that murder. But this is Lil Tim. Remember, Lil Tim killed King Von.
OTF members learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in L.A. from a longtime OTF affiliate, co-conspirator 4. So his name is...
Hey, chat, why he got a wheelchair chain? Is it because he got shot in the leg? The hell?
Being, secret, which probably means he's cooperating to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Without naming any names, do you think you know who co-conspirator 4 is? Because this is the person who backdoored Quando.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not going to ask you
He know. You can tell you know.
who it is. I'm just going to ask you, do you think you know who it is?
Nah, I don't think I know.
You
Because
don't
I
think
don't
you know?
really know them guys.
I'll be honest with you. Lil Tim is a real street nigga, though. I think Lil Tim's a real street nigga. He's just not a demon like King Von. King Von was the closest thing to Satan we've ever seen. He was Satan doppelganger. Okay? We've never seen a type of evil demonic force like King Von. But it don't mean that there weren't other niggas that weren't real niggas. Lil Tim's a real nigga. King Von was Satan. Straight up.
Okay. Well, as soon as they find out where Quando Rondo's staying, they booked a one-way flight, which had OTF Didi, OTF Boogie, Flocka, Brown Eyes, and co-conspirator 2. They had one-way plane tickets from Chicago to San Diego, and it was paid by a credit card by someone associated with OTF. A number that they say is associated with Lil Durk sent a text message to the person booking the tickets that said, "Don't book no flights under no names involving me." Which, of course, they end up booking a flight with a credit card involving him. The same day those 5 guys got flown out, Lil Durk and OTF Vonni flew in a private plane from Miami to Los Angeles.
One thing I'll say I like about Lil Tim, he's mad reserved. Bro, he got mad opinions about all this. You know what he's not going to do? He's not going to get online and woof it.
The paperwork, OTF.
A nigga like Lil Tim, you got to be careful of. He's a real nigga, but he's a nigga you could tell operate with certain level of discreetness. King Von going to tweet you and say he going to kill you and then kill you.
Vonni rented and paid for a room at the Sheraton Universal Hotel using a credit card in Durk's name. And at that hotel, Flocka, Brown Eyes, Didi, Boogie, and co-conspirator 2 all stayed at this hotel. Right around the same time, OTF Vonni gets a white BMW from a rental company and a white Infiniti with fake license plates.
Now, chat, there's an update we didn't get to yet. Apparently, Lil Durk took a picture with one of the people who supplied the hot car. So the hot car, the striker, the slider, whatever you want to, these random terms, it describes a car that doesn't have the actual plates. It's meant to be a, hold on, we got King Yellow. I think we got King Yellow on the line. Yo, Remo, what's cracking? Okay, all right. I think we're gonna get King Yellow on the line. I told King Yellow to call in, shout to King Yellow. We want to have a conversation about what he said because I disagree with it. I know we have a different perspective. I respect where he from the rack, so we gonna obviously have respect. But yo.